We know that in Indonesia, gambling has become a serious social problem that affects many groups of people, from young people to adults, even some workers and parents. Gambling is seen in both online and offline forms. According to police data, thousands of gambling cases are reported every year, and in 2023, the government recorded over 3.2 million online gambling accounts. This shows that gambling is not only a crime, but also a social issue that destroys families, causes financial problems, and even leads to criminal acts. And today, we stand on the proposition side, strongly supporting the motion. This House would give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment. Why do we support this motion? Because gambling is not only a legal issue, but also a social and economic problem. Many offenders gamble not because they are dangerous criminals, but because of poverty, unemployment, and lack of financial literacy. Therefore, putting them in prison will not solve the root cause. Instead, we must rehabilitate them through social service and skill training. And our first argument is prison is not effective for gambling cases. Let's be realistic. Prisons in Indonesia are already overcrowded. According to Indonesia's Ministry of Law and Human Rights, in 2023, the prison population reached 270,000 inmates, while the actual capacity is only about 150,000. This means our prisons are over 180% full. Adding small gambling offenders will only worsen this condition. If someone is in prison just for gambling, they will spend years inside without learning any new skills. When they come out, they may return to the same habit, or even worse, learn new criminal behaviors from other inmates. This shows that prison does not reduce recidivism for gambling cases. And second, social service and skill training create real change. Instead of locking them up, we should provide offenders with skill training. Why? Because the main factor of gambling is often economic hardships. If we teach them useful skills, for example, carpentry, digital marketing, or entrepreneurship, they can earn money legally and support their families. We already have success stories in Indonesia. For example, the Ministry of Manpower's program in 2022 trained more than 100,000 people in vocational skills, and many of them found jobs afterwards. And then imagine if we apply this to gambling offenders. They don't just stop gambling, but they also become productive members of society. And the third reason is by doing social service, offenders can give back to the community. For example, cleaning public space, helping in community projects, or volunteering. This builds empathy and responsibility, which is more valuable than simply sitting behind bars. And we also understand that the opposition may argue, if we don't punish with prison, people will not be afraid to gamble again. But let's be clear, fear alone does not solve addiction. If fear was enough, Indonesia would not still face thousands of gambling cases every year despite strict laws. If we only put gambling offenders in prison, many of them will not change their behavior. In fact, some will meet other criminals inside and may learn worse habits. By giving social service and skill training instead, we break the cycle of crime. They can use new skills to earn money in a legal way, support their family, and avoid going back to gambling. This solution is more effective for society in the long run. So, we believe that the real deterrence comes from rehabilitation and opportunity. When offenders realize they can earn money legally and respect themselves through honest work, they will choose not to gamble again. That is real deterrence, not just the fear of prison. And we strongly believe that imprisoning gambling offenders only creates overcrowded prisons and does not fix the problem. By giving them social service and skill training, addresses the root causes poverty, lack of skills, and irresponsibility. It transforms offenders into productive citizens, reduces repeat offenses, and benefits society as a whole. Therefore, we proudly stand on the proposition side. Thank you.